So hello guys,
How's it going?
Hola, hola.
how you doing? How you doing? Man, you're probably very excited because the opening day is coming, and then everybody's talking about Captain America: Brave New World, and it makes sense, right? Because we're gonna have officially for the first time a black Captain America. We're gonna have for the first time a Latino Falcon. This is a Marvel movie, of course, and because this movie's been announced as a political thriller, I mean, people will be tracing parallels with reality no matter what. So that's a lot. That's a lot for you guys, right? I mean, how do you feel?
It's a lot
It's
going
kind of
on.
complicated.
It's a lot going on, but Marvel has faced these obstacles before, and they haven't backed down once. So I'm just proud to be a part of it. I feel like, playing Sam Wilson for so long, watching his growth through the universe and through Phase One, and now for him to be Captain America, I'm just happy to see him get his day in the sun.
Sure, sure, sure. And in any case, Anthony, what can we expect from your interpretation of the Captain America, right? In terms of like attitude, morals, and values, because I've been reading what the director Julius On has been talking about this idea, of making the character much more grounded in reality, and of course that kind of follows the speech, the monologue that the same character gave at the end of the series of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, talking about like tolerance, talking about like getting together and doing the right things. So, how was for you just like to follow the same idea?
It was great. I feel like with Sam Wilson, there's a certain level of understanding that it takes to be a soldier, but not only a soldier who risks his life to go in and save other soldiers. Sam Wilson in the comic book is a number of the 58th Airborne. The 58th Airborne is a regime in the Air Force that when someone is wounded or captured behind enemy lines, they go in, jump in, and bring them back home safely. Everything about Sam Wilson exemplifies the fact that he would do more from someone else than he would ask of them to do for him. He's selfless. He's a humanitarian. He's a giver of goodwill. So in watching him grow to this point, there was no one else that could be Captain America. And that's why Steve Rogers gave him the shield, because of the selfless nature of the humanitarian that is Sam Wilson.
Sure, sure, sure. And you guys were already together in the series, in the same series, in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But as I say, it's the first time we've seen like a Latino Falcon on the screen, and played by Danny, of course. I mean, it seems to me that this is only the second Latino superhero in the Marvel universe after America Chavez. So that's something interesting for you too, right, Danny?
Yeah, it's definitely something. Well, first of all, I didn't ever have it as a dream. I just didn't think it was possible. I never thought, even when I started acting, it was never something I'm like, this is a goal. And so the moment the opportunity came up, I had a lot of reckoning to do as to what I thought was possible, and how sad that thought was, right? That you limited yourself from what others is a normal objective, or you've seen or aspire to be. And so when the opportunity came up, and then I got the job, it really sat in this place where I think the impact of what representation means to me at this point is to hopefully have some kid not have that same thought of like the limit and what you could do. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be something I think a lot of Latinos out there are going to be proud about. I'm really excited with what we were able to accomplish with this film, and Joaquin's role within it, and specifically, I think the yearning to prove that he can do something, and that energy shared by beyond Latinos. It's shared by everyone, and I think that's universally resonant. And I hope that it represents us in a really beautiful way.
So Anthony had to wait 11 years to be promoted to Captain America. So maybe if you behave yourself, you could be like the first Latino Captain America in like 2036.
I just got the job, man. Damn. The suit ain't even dry. The suit's still in the dry cleaners.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit.
But it's 10 years. It's 10 years. There's plenty of time to like.
Wow, hey, Latinos stick together. But you give me a region, right? You give me like Latino Central America, Latino South America.
No, as long as I'm Captain Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Now you can do
Fair
whatever
enough.
you want after that.
Fair. I'll go. I'm not even saying what captain I want to be a part of. Just give me a cruise ship. Give me a cruise ship. Captain cruise ship, and we're out
everywhere.
there. Yeah.
Captain, pull up. That's what
Captain,
you.
yo, Captain, where we at?
Where we at?
Captain, let's link.
Yeah. So we haven't been able to see the whole movie yet, but we've seen some footage. And there's an action sequence, right, taking place. There's an action sequence taking place in Mexico, and there's some like Spanish spoken, and Danny, you have like a Mexican and Colombian blood.
Yeah.
But what about your version of the character, Joaquin Torres? Because in the original comic books from like 2015, he was born in Mexico and raised in Arizona. But there's a story, there's a background for your version?
Yeah, there's I think the conversation of where so in the film we find that Joaquin is from Miami, but as a hometown, not necessarily his heritage or where he was born. And I think the conversations around where his story will take them, and specifically him as a serviceman, and there's so much yet for us as the audience to find out about Joaquin, and I think we left it in the place that for this film, it was incredibly resonant for both Sam and Joaquin to kind of be where we're from, because there was so much that we brought to the plate as our individual selves.
Yeah, because you're from Miami originally, right?
Yeah, and Julius called me early on in the process, and he's like, I want Joaquin in this film to, at the very least, his hometown be from Miami, whether his parents are Colombian or Mexican or Cuban. I think that's a place that I personally know where it's at, and I know what my wishes are. And so for in the future, when we start finding out more about him, if we do, Kevin, call me. I think it'll be a place to explore it with the significance that it requires. And but yeah, Julius thought it was incredibly important to really put some skin in the game. And I think when you see in the Falcon and Winter Soldier and in previous, like Sam being from New Orleans, like there is something that I was able to see in Anthony of when he steps up to the plate, he's also putting on for his city. And so for myself, tying Miami into Joaquin's journey, there is that extra energy that's given to me when, like if I'm tired, I'm like, oh, Miami's gonna be watching. Mexico's gonna be watching, Colombia's gonna be watching. So it gives me that extra juice.
So obviously when I see you guys like talking in interviews and everything, both of you are very like, talking about energy, both of you are very funny and making jokes and everything, but seems to me that in the movie, it's quite different, right? I mean, the energy is different. I mean, your character, Danny, is very playful. Captain America is way more serious because he has to be, right?
Right.
And so how was developing that aspect during the shooting? And then, I don't know, was and then when the director say, cut, and then you start laughing, or how was it? How was the dynamics?
I think the big thing with those moments is what's really great. A big component to that is Isaiah Bradley. Carl Lumley is a really great actor and just an amazing scene partner. And he kind of fell into the fold and added to that extremely well, because we can just joke around all day. But Carl brought that groundedness to it that made it look realistic and made that look unforced. And, Julius would just let us go. Like the scene was an outline of what he wanted. And we would just go and riff and, ad-lib and make those little beats and moments and things and add parts of ourselves to the script in little non-obvious moments, but little things that made those moments uniquely ours. And that was something that he encouraged and something that I think made those moments real honest and work really well.
Yeah, when he'd be making jokes about Joaquin, I saw through his eyes, and he was making a joke about
There
me.
were no jokes. There were several times on set where I would call the character Danny, and we had to go back and do it again.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
All right, guys, this is going to be great. This is going to be like very interesting. There's going to be a lot of people talking about it, and then good luck and the best for you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.